open, and crypto is about to go full fucking send. So for many of you that haven't been paying attention, a big piece of news came out yesterday evening around 8:30 to 9 p.m. The U.S. Senate finally voted to end the closure thingy where they needed 60 votes, and now they're going to go to a full House vote where I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, they need 51 senators, so they're going to get that. Obviously, Chuck Schumer and Elizabeth Warren, all of them are kicking and screaming. Bernie Sanders, even though he's technically a registered independent. But this is really good for crypto because it looks like, I may be wrong, but this morning I listened to Speaker Johnson's daily press briefing. I call it a presser because I like British English. Daily presser on the lockdowns. And one thing that I noticed was most people noticed that were listening to the presser was that he specifically said 36 hours from the moment that the Senate votes to basically get this through the Senate. They have the House floor vote where 51 senators say yes and we're good to go. It goes to the House. He's going to give the congressmen and women of the United States of America 36 hours to get back to DC. It's 2025. They're going to know right away and they're going to get their asses back to DC. And what's going to happen is that they're going to vote, and the threshold in Congress, I believe, is only just to get more, the majority of senators plus one. It's like 100, 101 to 99. I don't know the exact makeup of the Congress, but I think it's like 400 something. Obviously, Republicans have the majority. It's slim, but they have the majority. So they're going to get that through. So it looks like, in my personal opinion, if the Senate can vote to get that done tonight, we might get a situation where by Wednesday or Thursday, we open the government, which will send Marcus flying. The only thing that I'm not 100% sure about is that we've gotten the Solana, Litecoin, HBAR ETFs approved because the SEC is not working. I'll see Paul Atkins, the SEC chairman, is pro crypto. Sorry, I'm doing these videos outside, but sometimes it gets a little noisy. It's pro crypto. So there's no reason why he should say no. But if the SEC were working, the way that they're trying to get the XRP ETFs through is some act where it says basically a law in the United States government where it says, okay, if you get it to a certain date, for example, the 13th of November, this Thursday, and the SEC doesn't say no, then it automatically goes into effect. And they can't say no if they have no staff and nobody's working. However, they can say no if they have staff. So I'm kind of hoping that all the XRP ETFs get through ASAP in the next few days, but that's not the worst thing in the world, because what could happen as well is the SEC just says, listen, we're gonna let this play out, because if they get back to work on Thursday, right, it's kind of like, listen, you guys been off work for the past few weeks, so you can't, how can you enforce these things off the bat? But Pham, I believe her name is Chairman Pham from the CFTC Commodities, she said yesterday on a Sunday that they're moving forward, even with limited staff, them and the SEC working together in partnership to make sure that they get the legislation in place. That they already have copies of again, 2025, it's all on the internet, copies of the Clarity Act, and they're going to keep working on what they did. Oh, hello, everybody. Hello, Julina, Star, Zero and Coconut Water, everybody, hello. But don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel. And again, love it. Sharing is free, liking is free. So anyway, moving forward, they're going to make sure to work that the CFTC and the SEC have everything in place. So when the law does pass, when Trump does sign the Clarity Act, President Trump rather, it's all in place. Usually what happens is a president signs a law and all the federal agencies have 30 days to get everything in order, but they're doing it beforehand. So when he signs it, they're ready to go. And what that's going to do is, in our purposes, is it's going to make it so that we know what it is, again, a commodity, we know what it is, security, and all exchanges around the world, even ones that are offshore, have to show their books. They have to stop wash trading. They have to stop spoofing. Spoofing is when you're fake selling a project, so people sell, and then when you want to run it up, you just get rid of the sell orders, and just gold comes up in price real fast. Basically, market manipulation that was allowed in the United States in TradFi, U.S. equity markets, New York Stock Exchange, and NASDAQ before the SEC, U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, was established. So the Market Clarity Act is going to save us. But again, this week, the first thing we have to get to, the first major hurdle is get this motherfucker open. U.S. Senate, please, please, please pass the whatever it is, resolution. Open the government, send it back to the House, get that motherfucking popping, send it back to Congress. And just the news, positive news that it's going in that direction is going to make it so the markets fucking send. With that being said, I have to go. Contact number, please help me figure it out. Upwards and onwards.